Hello, how are you? Welcome to our ABC 1, 2, 3 Colours and Shapes play series. So for the first 6 weeks, we are running through the letter of the alphabet, and then we've got different pictures for letter app. So we are focusing on the letter, not so much the sounds. When we do CVC, we focus on the sounds. So you will have a few things, particularly on the vowels. So we've got air for airplane, alpaca, anglerfish, anchor, apple, acorn, armadillo, axolotl, an ant, and an anteater. Then on this one, we've got the number 1, so we've got one picture to count. For all of these, the first few, you can either, I've put them in plastic folders, so I use the J. Burrow ones from Officeworks, they're just nice thick pages. You can either use a marker, and we've got, see at the top there, you've got the star to start, and then the directions to form the letters correctly. So you can use a white clean marker. I like the triangle ones as well. Be careful using these for younger ones. So under 4, their hands aren't developed or made to hold pens or pencils. So make sure you've got the nice big chunky ones. I've just found these at, I think it was Big W. Hang on. Here we go. Those ones from Big W. So they're nice, fat, chunky ones for them to put their hand around. That's obviously a stamping one. We've got the paintbrush there as well. So I will be using these in this series too. You could fold pipe cleaners into the letter shapes. You could set up a sand tray and practice drawing the letters in there, or get a stick and do it as well, or use your finger. There's a million different ways of doing these. So they're not just developed for you to sit your kid down at a desk and just go through it. Yeah? Let me flick through. So we've got the letter A, both in upper and lowercase. Then we've got the number 1. We've got the colour red. You've got this one here to colour in. Again, try and think outside the box. If you don't have anything there, just use a marker, but you can use collage, coloured rice. Oh look, I've got these two I found. You could stick on coloured buttons. It depends how reusable you want it as well. If you want to keep going over and over these pages, you could I had a mix of flour and water and salt and food colouring, and again, your chunky paintbrush, paint it on, and then you can just wipe clean with a paper towel. All right, I have done a video on this one before, so, oh, hang on, I've added this one in. So each week you're going to have a different coloured picture, and we're going to either finger paint or stamp or buttons. What else have I got? I think I've added in stickers as well to colour in the dots and complete the picture. This one, so week 1 is cotton bud stamp, so getting cotton buds, dipping them in the paint and finishing off the picture. I'll do that when I do photos later. This activity, so you cut out the paper magnifying glass, then you run it through the laminator. I just did it twice so it bonds to the plastic well. And then the idea of this one is to go around the house and look for things starting with the letter A, see how many you can find. Things that are red, and then the number 1. So we're really looking at environmental print for this one as well, particularly for numbers to see where they're written. So you could get a basket and collect red things. You could go on a treasure hunt outside and collect red things, or down at your local park. So we've got that. The magnifying glass color changes each week. Let me just run through as well. We've got the educational benefits done. So bilateral coordination and crossing the midline. So imagine a line between your nose and your belly button. Bilateral coordination is doing a task or a skill with both hands working in the center of your body, like tying your shoelaces, cutting up your meat with your knife and fork, ruling up a page, those sorts of skills, yes? Crossing the midline is, say that you've got that line there, my right hand coming over to my left side, picking up something and bringing it back. See, my body is crossing over. Same with my left hand crossing over to the right. So for these activities as well, you can deliberately say, where's my paint? So I could put my paint, knowing that I'm right-handed, on this side of the desk. So I'm leaning over to get the color that I want and then drawing it on the page here. Yeah, so try and think of that with all your activities. See where you can bring that into it. Handwriting is automatically going to do that anyway. Okay, so what else have we got? Tracing. So we're tracing over the letters and numbers and colors each week. We've got handwriting, so obviously learning to form letters correctly. It's really important that we actually follow the instructions and directions on each letter, so follow the numbers, how to form it correctly. It's so much harder when your kids go to kindy for teachers to reteach them when they've learnt the wrong way. They'd be better off not touching it at all. Yeah, so just be careful of that too. Sensory play, so we bring in as much paint, rice, pipe cleaners, these spongy things, as much sensory stuff as we can. So things that smell, not gross things obviously, but you know, adding, so you could use Play-Doh with this, and you could add in, say, peppermint oils to your Play-Doh to add that extra sensory experience. Yes? What else have we got? So we've got the I Spy and Spotto activities. So we'll flick through again. So again, practicing your handwriting here. So you've got the lines to trace over and then try writing it yourself. Again, you don't have to use your markers. I did it last week with the Puffy paint that we had, and there's nice big lines for you to be able to practice writing with the paint. I want to try watercolors with this as well. Okay, so on these pages, they are Spotto pages, so we're searching from left to right across the page, which is a pre-reading strategy. So getting used to scanning the page as we would when we read a text later. For this one, we are looking for all the orange pictures. Again, you can use a marker or you could stamp. I don't have paint ready to go. I'm going to leave the paint stuff for the photos just because it takes me so long to clean and then my videos blow out till 20 minutes. So say there was paint on there, I could stamp and, if I'm talented, count at the same time. So I've got 1 orange fish, 2 the fire, 3 an orange, 4 a pumpkin, 5 a squirrel, 6 a starfish, 7 a tiger, and so on. So as I go through, I'm using numbers. I'm also building vocabulary because I'm naming the different items on the page. Yes. Again, wipe clean when you're done, when you turn the page again. This one, orange hearts. So we're doing colors and shapes and counting. You could stamp them, sticker them, circle them with a marker. It is up to you. And then think of different ways of doing it. I mean, one week you may want to focus on stamping, another week you may want to use the markers, another week Play-Doh, or do an activity a day because there's enough for one per day. There's enough for one per day, and use a different sensory thing for each day that you do it. All right, we've got a little fox, this one. So this one's finger painting. So you would get orange paint and then finger paint the dots and then count the dots as well. Yeah, I've tried to include as many different learning areas, or not as many, but you know, multiple learning areas in each activity. This one, I haven't been lazy in the first 6 weeks. I've deliberately gone for that repetition. So for week 1, we've got red, then orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. So we've got the same activity here. We're looking for the letter B and orange things, and the number 2, and we've got our orange magnifying glass. So I think I've covered all the activities now. So just let me flick through quickly so you've got some idea of how the activities look as we go on. The pictures change every week, so I haven't just, you know, changed the title up here. All the pictures change. Same with this one. We've got the submarine, and then I only got 20-page sleeves. So I'm managing to fit in 3 weeks into one display folder. So we've got the letter D, the number 4, color green, flicking through, looking for green pictures, looking for green squares. We've got our snake. So this one I've got the stickers for to color him in. Then we're looking for the letter D, green, and the number 4. Then we've got the letter E, number 5, color blue. And there you go. Look at the jellyfish. Isn't he cute? Back to finger painting for this week. Hang on, and I've got purple to go. So letter F, number 6, color purple. And look, I cut my video in half by not having all the sensory stuff. I will do that in the photos that you'll be able to see on the product pages. I'm going to stop talking now while I'm ahead, and I will talk to you soon. See ya.